to 2-0 here today. We did some good things. I thought Joe was really locked in the whole game. Obviously had a great performance. I thought Nana really played with a lot of motor. I love the fact we only had 5 turnovers, which was good. 14 assists to 5 turns. I thought, certainly there were times where we played really unselfish. I thought we shot the ball well in the 2-point area and converted those, and did a good job of driving the ball and getting out in transition, and did some good things that we can certainly build on. Defensively, I thought their ability to get on the glass is a little bit concerning, and the fact that they beat us to so many loose balls, we'll take a look at that. We got to clean that up a little bit. They got in the paint quite a bit, so we've got to somehow find a way to contain the basketball a little bit better. And those are all things we'll be looking at on film as we head into Wednesday's game. We got another opportunity here the next 2 or 3 days to continue to get better, and we need to shore up some of those areas. And we look forward to competing on Wednesday night. Questions for the players?
Joe, you're 100% healthy now, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Really have been working on the off season. I think I'm back.
Joe, you've been asking you to be aggressive. How have you taken that? In years past, it seemed like you deferred a little bit. Now you're being aggressive.
I think he's really pushed me to get in the lane. That's one of the things I do best, is straight line drives, and let's just focus on that without playing with the ball a lot. Rebounding as well, they've really been on me, and I think we've done a really good job of crashing the glass. That's one thing that we're definitely been working on in practice.
How has that been different for you without DJ, Brandon, those guys, and you got to be more of a primary scorer?
I don't think it's been too much difference. We got some new guys. They can score as well. It's a whole new team, and I think we're gelling together pretty good so far.
Do you feel differently, though, in some ways, just being in that role? Maybe it doesn't seem different without those guys per se, but just...
Not really. I mean, it's the same system. We're doing the same things, and I think it's going to work for us.
Nana, what was the issue, I guess, on keeping them from getting offensive rebounds tonight?
We just got to do a better job hitting them and getting them away from the paint. We're going to work on that, and we'll be better on Wednesday.
And I know one of the things that Coach always says is he wants you to play hard and play good defense without fouling. You didn't get your first foul until late in the game today. Still managed to get 5 blocked shots. Is there something you're doing differently? Is it on the defensive end?
Just being smarter, understanding that early in the game, just being smart in terms of taking chances. But just find a medium to stay aggressive, but also knowing that you got to stay in the game.
Yeah, it seemed like kind of a quick trigger on that 3-second call, but it is your second one in as many games.
I gotta be smart about that, and I can't believe, second one. But I'm used to having the refs tell me, warn me a couple times. But no, I just gotta keep that clock in my head.
Nana, if you walked into the gym and didn't know what year people were, you wouldn't know that Jalen was a freshman, probably.
Yeah.
Could you just talk a little bit about what you see from him? He's off to a good start.
Yeah, I knew that from when I first saw him in the summer. Saw him play. I knew how smart he was, and his IQ is real high, and the way he shares the ball. So he got the one thing about him. He has a great attitude. He always wants to learn. He wants to get better. He always wants to help everyone get better. So that's why he's so good, and that's why he's so special.
Joe, for you guys that fly through the air and catch alley-oops from a guy like Jalen Tate, just get you more involved, more excited to run the court?
Oh, yeah, he loves throwing lobs, and he really pushes the ball, and that it really helps our team. We can get up the floor fast, and with me, Ray, and Iki get up there and catch lobs. He loves throwing them. We got a couple in practice, and I feel like there's going to be more coming.
Kind of what happened on the fast break when you kind of looked like you blew a tire there?
It just lost footing a little bit, but hopefully get an opportunity to get that next game, and I'll do a lot better for y'all. Finish that. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else for the players? Okay, for the left-hand Joe.
Good job, guys.
Any questions for Joe?
John, with Jalen, I have him as 43 minutes in the 2 games, 1 turnover. Could you just talk about his poise and his ability to take care of the basketball?
Yeah, obviously that's important, not only at that position, Mark, but I think it's really important for this year's team. We've identified that area to play with 5 turnovers, as I alluded to earlier, is great. Him having 1, Abrams having 1, Latulip had 0, so 2 total turnovers from your guys that play that position for us throughout the course of the game is excellent, and we got to have that from those guys, and they did a good job of executing that part of their role here this afternoon.
Notice a different sense of urgency maybe with Joe this year as opposed to last year a little bit.
Yeah, sure. There's no question about that. It's the I think part of it's being a fifth-year senior, Marcus. I always say, freshmen want to play, sophomores want to start, juniors want to score, and seniors want to win. I'm certainly not, probably a little bit too much of a stereotype there, but I don't know how too far off that is. And I think right now he just, every day, we talk about it all the time. I mean, every day he realizes, you can't get that day back. There's only so many days left he has in that Illini jersey, and it means something to him. So, I thought he was terrific. I basically told him, I'm not taking you out until you tell me you're tired, because I thought he was the one guy that was really locked in, and he finally, we took him out there in the second half, but I thought you could tell he was really dialed in the whole time and was really competitive on the glass, competitive defensively. I thought he made a lot of plays for us.
What do you make of the loose balls thing that's different from all the offensive rebounds they got?
I thought it was unacceptable. I mean, I don't like giving up that many offensive rebounds. I think part of it is we got in rotation because the ball got in the paint too much. And then loose balls, gotta go get them. You gotta get on them. You're not going to get all of them. Sometimes they don't bounce your way, but I thought we didn't get a high enough percentage of them. The guys know that. I mean, we've got to scrap and claw and dig out more rebounds. We got to dig out more of those loose balls, those 50-50 plays, than we did here this afternoon.
Is it kind of everybody?
I don't think so, Shannon, because on Friday night I thought that we did. We won the rebounding battle both defensively and offensively, as well as the loose ball battle. And tonight I thought they were really quick to the ball. I thought they played really hard. They made some athletic plays, and they beat us to some of those loose balls. And I thought we were a step slow at times defensively. We'll have to take a look at why here and figure it out before we play again on Wednesday.
Joe, back to Joe. He's been a supporting player here in his last couple of years. Do you have to sit down and try and change him to kind of more of a leader?
No, I think he's right. I mean, we're asking him to do the same things. He's just doing them better. He understands our defense better, Jeremy. For us, I mean, I thought he was really good last year. He was obviously important part of our team, and it's no different this year. I do think he's gotten better. That's probably the biggest difference. He's stronger. His strength and conditioning numbers are indicative of that. He did an unbelievable job rehabilitating his injury. He worked every day rehab to come back and to come back earlier, and he did a great job with that. I think he understands the system better. He's gotten better through skill instruction. He's just improved. Really all those guys have in a lot of different areas.
It took Tracy a while to get going, shooting-wise at least. What do you attribute that to?
I don't know. I didn't think that he was super aggressive, and he's got to obviously balance. It's very important that he balances scoring, Shannon, with making others better, and Tracy knows that, and he's made a lot of progress with that. Tonight, I'd have liked to have seen him maybe make us a little bit better with the pass, but he scored some awful big baskets for us, during that stretch there where we were kind of able to open up the game. A lot of right-hand floaters and runners where he was driving the ball and getting in gaps and made some big plays for us.
Although Malcolm maybe didn't shoot the ball well, do you like that he's being aggressive and starting to look a little more comfortable out there looking for a shot?
Oh, sure. Malcolm has a gift to score. And he really can do it at all three levels of the court. Tonight his shot didn't go his way. He's a much better shooter than how he shot here even over the weekend, and I've got a lot of confidence in both him, and John for that matter. I mean, those guys have, statistically from a percentage perspective, been as good as shooters as we've had in practice in addition to Latulip. So I feel very comfortable with those guys shooting the ball. And when you shoot as many shots as Malcolm did this past summer, 30,000 in 8 weeks, he's earned the right. I mean, I got no problem. He can shoot it. John's the same way. I think he finished second or third on our team in shots made this summer, and that's what he does. So I've got a lot of confidence in those guys. The main thing is I do not want him to be passive, and I want him to continue to shoot the ball.
In keeping with the E1H philosophy, what should we expect out of Colbert and Kendrick Young this year?
Well, I thought Austin was better tonight than he was on Friday. Certainly not that he was bad on Friday. I thought it was a good learning experience for him. I thought tonight he looked a little bit more comfortable out there. I thought Kendrick had on Friday's minutes where he played really well and then struggled a little bit defensively. I thought he was a little bit better defensively tonight. We're gonna do this thing by committee. I mean, I know you've heard me say it. I think hopefully now you're starting to see it. Like when I play 11 players in 10 minutes, I mean, I've been saying it. I'm not just saying it. We're doing it. I mean, we need this team needs to be a team that gets it done by committee. And night in and night out, all 11 guys that are capable of getting in the game or eligible to get in the game got to be ready to go. And they got to be an NBA All-Star in their role, period. And as soon as one of them's not, with this team, it's not good enough. I mean, we got to have everybody ready to go. So I expect Kendrick and Austin to perform their role no different than I do the other 9 guys.
John, when you scheduled these games, you wanted more home games and kind of get these kids' feet wet. Are you getting what you wanted out of these games so far?
I think we're getting better. I'll watch the film, Jeremy. Tonight we did some good things. We have some areas of concern that I mentioned earlier, whether it's the rebounding, whether it's the loose balls. We've got to clean some of those things up. We got to keep the ball. I thought they kept dribble driving us all night. Thought the ball got in the paint too easily. So we've got to do a better job there. Obviously I have mentioned, and there's no question about it, we wanted to be, a program that continues to play, the number of games at home. I think that's really important. I told you when I got the job here, I looked, and over the last 10 years and 5 years, Illinois have played less non-conference home games than any school in the league. So we have a great environment, got great fans, and we're just going to continue to build it. And we got great plans for the renovation here to the building, and that's going to be pretty special as well. And so we want to play in our building certainly a fair number of times.
Playing 2 games in 3 days with a young team. What did you learn about them?
Again, I'll watch the film. I thought some guys were ready to go more than others. Obviously I mentioned Bertrand and Egwu. I thought those guys were ready. I mean, they were ready to go. They're ready to go every day, though. That's that whole deal of, I always tell them in pressure situations, your habits take over. You can't flip on effort and attitude like a light switch and say, I'll have it tonight, but then not have it in practice and then try to flip it on again. And, Egwu and Bertrand have that figured out. And some other guys who need to be more consistent with that, and they know that. We're demanding more out of them every day, trying to push them really hard. Our hope is that they feel like practices are significantly harder than the games. I think that they are, which hopefully prepares us for what's ahead.
It seems like some of the fans thought Jalen was kind of an add-on to the recruiting class. They weren't necessarily expecting a lot from him. Has he been a surprise to the coaching staff? Were you expecting this all along?
Well, I would say this, obviously we felt very comfortable with the 5 guys that we signed, Rob, and had high expectations for all of them. We thought they all could contribute here during their time at Illinois, or we wouldn't have recruited them, So he's, I think the one thing about him that you don't realize until you actually coach him is, every day he focuses on getting better. He's a pro's pro, which is very rare for someone his age, meaning like film, how he practices, his mindset, his mentality, is really, really solid. And I think what that does is that allows him to improve at a very rapid rate, and he's getting better every day because of that.
His skills were known as a passer, and that's certainly obvious the way he passes it.
Yeah, he made some good decisions tonight, and we're going to need him to continue to make several good decisions moving forward.
Anything else for Coach here? All right.
Thanks, guys.